Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. My name is Leibella Ralston, and we are back for another live class. I'm so excited. I know this is kind of like my line, right? But I'm always excited. Wednesday makes me so happy. And I'm so happy to be creating with you. It's one thing to be creating at home, but it's another to be creating with my people, with my kind of people, you creative friends. Make all every single Wednesday just so joyful. So I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you so very much. All right, so before we get started, I'd like to give a big shout out to, of course, the wonderful team over at Faber-Castell.com. So Faber-Castell USA team is so kind to be our sponsor for all of our Wednesday classes. So it's my honor, and I'm just so grateful to be working with them for the last couple of years. They are an amazing company who supports creativity and, artists like myself and for creatives like you guys. So without them, we will not have all these live classes. So thank you so much, Faber Castell team. So, all right. Well, without you guys, this will not be just as much fun. So, all right, let me switch my camera and we're going to get this class started. So today kicks off our holiday classes. So I'm super excited. My house, not my office, not kind of my desk here, but I am really planning on decorating my office as well, but our living room and the hallway downstairs is all Christmas. I don't know how soon you decorate for Christmas, but I have been decorating. I think the last week or so I have been decorating. So it's been it makes the house so much cozier. I wish I can leave the Christmas decorations all year long, but I don't think so, but I would like to. All right, before we get started, I'd like to say hello to everybody joining us this afternoon. Hey, Jessica. Hello, hello. I'm so glad you're here. Hey, Angie, how are you? Oh my gosh, you guys. Hello, Sarah. LaQuita, my friend. Hello, hello. My God, we've missed you so much. Missed you. All right. It is Wednesday. It is Lay Day. So I am so happy. Today, like what I said, we are gonna go kick off our holiday party, holiday classes. Why do I have party in my head, you guys? I have no idea. Okay, so as you can see, I have some craft in here. I did pull out some craft envelope. I don't know why I picked up the envelope, but you know what? I don't really want to go dig for the cards. Let's just pretend that that's a card. And then I did pull out some paper bags, small treat bags. It's nice to just kind of like put in. If you want to like create advent calendar for your kids, these are such a good size because you can put in just little gifts in there. And then you can just letter the dates, 1 2 25, of course, or 1 to 12, depending on how you like doing your advent, but just kind of like little gifts or surprises. I think this is a really good size. All right. And then we have our shake and paint. These are Faber-Castell's acrylic markers. And so this is brand spanking new because I wanted to open with you. Right. Oh, so these are the shake and paint acrylic markers. They have metallic. They come in metallic. They have a neon set, and this is the classic. All right. Ta-da-da. Right. So we're going to use, obviously, we're going to need white today, and we're going to need a red. Come on, red. Why are you? There we go. I don't know if we need black, so I'll just put out the black just in case we need it. If you want to use the green, I mean, yeah, I guess we can use the green as well. So today we're going to paint some gingerbread house. We're going to decorate a gingerbread house. So the shake and paint, how do you use it? Shake. Yeah, you shake it first. So I like to call this like kind of like my workout. I go, can you hear it? It's like I'm really shaking it. Why do you need to shake it? Because you want to activate all the paint in there, so you want to get the juiciest. You don't want to get that just the liquid binder. So you want to blend it, mix it, so you will get this really highly opaque colors. Because sometimes I get lazy and I just kind of like shake it a little bit. But the colors are just not as vibrant and as opaque as I would like it to be. So don't be lazy like me and just kind of shake it. And then you want to activate it. So later on, because these are brand spanking new, what we're going to do is we're going to have to pump it, pump it. I have this song in my head. So this is dual tip. We have a 3 millimeter, and then we have a one plastic nib. This one is more of a felt. The bigger one, the 3 millimeter, is a felt nib, and the finer nib is a 1 millimeter. So you get this thicker if you want to use it for like a bigger project. So you can color in like a larger area at a time. And if you want to use it for details, then you have the 1 millimeter, which is really perfect. All right, like what I said, you're going to have to pump it, pump it. So you just want to go pump it just a couple of times until you activate that paint. As you can see, it's already going down. So you only have to do this when it's brand new. And then also when you're not getting a good flow of the paint. So you want to just pump it again. All right. You want to make sure I put in the 3 millimeter. Now you got to do that with a one. You can probably just hold it and not like pump it so many times, but you can just kind of like do this like that. Yeah, I do this for my other materials as well. There's like another acrylic pens that I have, which I honestly like because it means that it's not going to dry up so easily. I honestly like it where my acrylic markers, I will have to pump it like this because it means it's like sealed and the paint is not going to dry up so quickly. Right, there we go. It's just already activated. This is a nice green too. It's like emerald green, you know? All right, and so I'm just going to shake this one, and then we're going to have to pump it, pump it. That's a pretty, pretty green. It's like almost like emerald, I guess, an emerald green. Ooh, look at that rich red. Nice, nice, nice. That was quick, right? That was really quick. Because also we've already shook it. I had past tense, shaken it, shook it. We shook it. There we go. Activated. All right, now we have red and green. Let's do our black and white. The black is so rich, and then the white is so opaque also. Yeah, there we go. I know because you know why I love these markers so much because they're so versatile. I mean, I use it with fabric, I use it with wood, I use it with metal, I use it with glass, I use it on paper, I use it, so I use it on plastic. I've been using it. I have been lettering ornaments with these markers. So I have been really, really having fun with these because I've tried it with wood, I've tried it on a fabric, I've tried it on glass. Of course, the glass is a little slippery, but you get used to it. You on a porcelain, on a mug. Yeah, I've used it so many things. So I actually have been working on contents for social media and I have so many fun holiday projects that I can't wait to share with you. So if you're not following me on social media, please do so. So I provide lots of inspiration there. It's at Mommy Lay, so I am on all over. I'm on social media everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, obviously YouTube. And then, of course, if you want to receive some exclusive contents and exclusive digital stuff, wallpapers, and lots of those fun things, I'm also on Patreon, patreon.com/Lay Ralston. Right. Ta-da! Now we have all our markers ready. Okay, so I do not have my card. I'm just going to pretend that this is a card, but this is our envelope. We're actually going to be using these envelopes next week. But we're just going to pretend that it is. All right, for some of you who do not have any craft card or any craft paper like that, I've also pulled out some colors in here that, might look good. So I really wanted to just share with you. Let's look at some colors from Faber-Castell. I kind of was thinking, I'm like, I thought I thought I'd grab the same colors, but no, the terracotta is more like a lighter orange in here. The burnt ochre will give you like a just a slightly deeper value. And then I pulled out the vintage pink as well because, sometimes you don't want it to just be brown. Maybe you want a bit more warmer, more in the pinkish tone. So I thought I'd pull that out so we can see. And then we have beige red as well, right? So I'm just gonna, let's use it because so I really wanted to see and check with you which colors are going to be good and which colors are not going to be now. Oh, I don't like it when that happens. Just kind of like if I get it so wet with water. There you go. Kind of has this not really moldy, but it's like things on top. There you go. Now I'm getting the full. There you go. I feel like this is a really good color, honestly, for a gingerbread house. If I can clean up my tip of my marker. Where's my baby wipes? Yeah, this one's a nice color. Thank you, baby wipes, for always saving the day. Yeah, so this one is beige red 132. So if you have this in the Pitt pens, if you have the Pitt artist, I think this is gonna really work well. Just cleaning up my tip. Beige red, really nice. Okay, I'm gonna put that, set that aside. Wonder if I have that in the Pitt pens. I'm just gonna go grab. Nope, this one is cinnamon and it looks really good too. I'm gonna try the cinnamon with you so you can see. Oh, the cinnamon is good too. Now remember that the first one we've tried is the Albrecht Dürer watercolor marker. So they are watercolor pigments in a marker form. This one right here is Faber-Castell's Pitt pens, the big brush. This color right here is the cinnamon 189, which looks really, really good also. So if you have like a white card and you don't have a craft, I think these are good candidates. All right. The terracotta might be a little too orange. So, but I'm trying to get another one to test and try. Let's try the apricot color. Might be a little too light. Yeah, might be a little too light, but you have that option also. Now let's see the terracotta and the burnt ochre. This one might be a little too orange, but I don't know, depending on the paper that you're using. I mean, yeah, this one is terracotta 186. I feel like that's good also. Let's try the burnt ochre 187. Ooh, a little too dark, huh? Might be a little too dark. Yeah, I think that's gonna work, Sarah. Light yellow ochre. Yeah, that might work also. Now let's try the last one that I pulled out. This one is the vintage pink 195. Might be a little too pinky. I don't know, guys. Looks really nice also. All right, but those are our options. I'm gonna go write down the name so you guys can see. Where is, all right. So this one is vintage pink 195. All right. This one was the burnt ochre 187. This one might be a little too dark. You burnt the gingerbread house. Burnt ochre. Might be actually yummy. I like things in the burnt side. This one is terracotta 186. Double R. Double T-A. Terracotta. Right. This one is the 116 apricot color. There. And then this one is the 189 cinnamon. The lovely thing about Faber-Castell is that most of their colors is spread out through across their line. So from the Gold Faber Aqua to the pencils to the Albrecht Dürers, to the Pitt Artist Pen. So that's one thing about using products from the same companies. you can depend on it, the color. So if you love, oh, I need this color, but I want something that's waterproof. And so you're going to grab the Pitt Artist pens, right? So if you want some water soluble, then you grab the Dur or the Aqua ones, the Aqua Gold Faber Aqua dual tip pen. So something like that. Right. So cinnamon 189. All right. And then this one, let's put it over here so you guys can see. I think this one is the best. This is the beige red, right? Yeah, look at that color. I think that's the perfect one. 132, beige red. Yeah, that's a really good one. Love it. Love that. Okay, so I want to know who is using a craft paper and who's going to use just a regular marker like this. Let me know in the comments. And but before we get started, I also want to share with you the Pitt Artist pens in the this one is a bigger tip. I believe that this one has, why doesn't it say? I think this one is a 2.5 nib. So I'm just going to show. So if you don't have the shake and paint, these are good alternatives as well. This is India ink, so it's not going to be as opaque as the shake and paint markers, but if you just go over them one more time, it's going to be really opaque. So you can actually layer it. That's one thing I love about the Pitt Artist pen, the white one, because you can go in and layer. And sometimes I would use it for the tip of my fingers. You know when you want to do the what do you call that? My goodness, I cannot think right now. You want to do the French tip? You can actually use it for a French tip like that. And look how easy that is. If I have to do this with a nail polish, yeah, I will be there like a lifetime. Look how perfect. I love it. All right, then you can just go over it one more time and see now it's like more opaque. So that's one thing about the India ink is that it kind of works like a watercolor. So at first it's going to be slightly translucent, so you get that translucency, and then you can just layer them, and then you're gonna get like a more opaque, more vibrant shade of that color that you're using. So this one is the India ink, the Pitt pens. Then I also have this white as snow. This is their creative markers. Um, and it works just kind of like, as you can see, everything is dirty. There's like other colors in there. So it's gonna go. Yeah, this one is like very fall color also. So I really love it. This one's probably not gonna be as effective, but you have the white. I mean, maybe you can just layer it as well. But I don't think it's gonna be as opaque as the Pit Artist. Let's do another layer. I don't know. You might be able to. We just have to layer it, right? That works. Right. I'm gonna go to shake and paint so we can see. This is gorgeous. Actually, gorgeous palette right here. Unintentionally, but look how opaque that shake and paint. Just because. Now my problem with the craft paper. The craft paper, they're always so absorbent. Um, that's the thing with them that I have issues with is that they really suck up my paint. So that's one thing I have to try again because the first time I tried it, it's like it was so annoying because it was like eating the my inks. So we're gonna try it again. All right, let's start with a gingerbread house. Let's do it. Yes, definitely the sketch markers. I think you can use it. Where's the sketch markers? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Is that Faber-Castell? Angie, are we talking about the alcohol markers? I think we have the alcohol markers. I'm gonna grab the alcohol markers. Duh. I believe you can, but we don't have the white of that one. Where's my sketch markers? Oh my gosh, I'm like looking here. If you guys don't have it, you know what's good also for the white would be our art crayons. Art crayons would be great for that. Where did I put in all my sketch markers? You know what? I think I put it all in my Toyo boxes. Yeah, look at this. I have all my markers and my pencils in this one container. Then I should have the other one in the other. Another good one to use would be yes, another good one to use would be, my gosh, pastel pencils. Pastel pencils, oil pastels, be really opaque. Now, you know my deal with the pastels, right? Because they're messy. So there's going to be smudgy and all that. So for the sketch markers we have, let's try the powder. I think the powder is going to look really good. Not sure if I have a beige red or if it even comes here in this sketch. Now the alcohol markers are the ones that they were able to create more colors because, I don't understand about all the pigments and all that fun stuff, but I know that when they shared with me that they have new colors with the Faber-Castell sketch marker range. So I was really excited about that also. Right, let's try it here. And I'm going to try it where here because I already have alcohol markers in here. All right. So this one is the beige red. I think it's going to look really good. See how lighter this is? Isn't it crazy? Just because we're using two different medium. This is alcohol marker. That's the beige red. And I'm going to go in side by side with the beige red from the Albrecht Dürer. This is the watercolor markers. This is alcohol markers. And it's the same colors. But because they are different formula, one is alcohol ink and one is like watercolor, they look so different. Now I pulled out the powder color of the sketch markers. This is what it is. So if you want slightly darker, then go in with the powder. That's the powder color. That's really good. Let me see we have sand. I feel like this one's going to be too light. Let's grab dull beige red. Then it's going to be lighter. Nope, I'm wrong. Look at this. This one you might like. This is the dull beige red, Angie. That's a nice color, but I feel like it's more powdery, more like pinkish tone. Let me grab the terracotta in the alcohol markers so you guys can see. Look, I'm going in with the terracotta. I think the terracotta would be the best for the sketch markers, right? So I'm going to go with the terracotta with the dual markers. This one is water soluble. So this one, remember, alcohol and then water soluble. Look at the color difference. Both terracotta, but the way it gets absorbed in the paper, the way it, settles on top of the paper will give you different results like that. So it's the same color terracotta in the aqua dual markers to your left, and then the same terracotta color, but in the alcohol marker to your right. So it gives you that two different shades. This one is the same beige red in the sketch marker, which is alcohol ink. And then you have your Albrecht Dürer, which is a watercolor pigments in a marker form, but same color, but it gives you different results. I'm pretty sure depending on the paper that you're using also, because the way that the ink gets absorbed, the formula that we have. All right. But that was really fun because we get to kind of like check and see everything. Oh my goodness. Hi, Lisa. Hello, hello. Look, I know. Laquita, look at the nail. It's still there. Oh my gosh. It's working. I need to fix it because after I painted my nails and then I did some things and I'm like, of course I ruined it. Of course, it's me. I ruined it already. Okay, let's let's do this. All right. I think I'll start with, do I start with the white first? I think I'm going to start with the white. But what we really want to do first is establish the roof, right? The roof line. So I'm just going to use my Pitt pens for this one first. All right, so we want to go draw like a triangle first. Let's start with our tip of the roof. I might have made it too a little too big, but all right. And then we're just gonna slide it to the side, just too horizontal. And it's probably not in the center also, because my brain is crooked like that. Like that. And then I'm gonna go in to the side so we put in our diagonal lines over here. And I think the imperfect look will give it a bit more like whimsical, right? Man, I really love the Pitt pens on a craft paper. What? I'm gonna try the shake and paint so we can see. Because that's fun. Because the way the acrylic, the way that the craft paper sucks up the ink, but this one is brand new, that's why it's not reacting that way. But that was fun. Let's see it on top of the Pitt pens, how it works. Which one do you like better? You see that kind of like the Pitt pens will give you this slightly translucent look. It's whimsical. I love it. I love both. All right. I'm going to grab my scissor and where the diagonal lines are, we're going to cut that. Ta-da! And again, we're going to pretend that this is my card. I thought I was grabbing a card, but it's an envelope. Oops. Oopsies. Right. Look, we already have our house. But we're going to go cut a little bit over here. I'm not going to even tell you the size because I'm so not good with sizes, but just a small area like that, right? So that's just how much. All right, and then we're going to go cut over here to the top. By the way, this scissor from Michael's is really good because it has that grip. It has those little toothy thing, which really makes cutting so much easier. It doesn't glide. It has this tooth to it. I'm gonna go clean up just a little bit. I don't know why, but I'm just going to. This is my husband's favorite craft paper. Every single time I have a project using a craft paper, he's just all over it. He loves it so much. I don't know why, but he just loves it. All right, I'm gonna go shake, 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 shake. We're gonna start from top to bottom. All right. So we're gonna start with the roof. Isn't that so much fun? Just having that little bit of edge on top just changed it. Okay, so we're gonna start with the no snow drip, right? So we're just gonna do wavy line, leave some space for the roof. I know you want to just put in lots of snow and just do wavy, wavy line like that, right? Shake, shake, shake. And then I'm just going to fill in the top just like that. And I'm intentionally doing like short, tiny strokes to create like textures like that. I'm gonna go see the difference of when you don't pump your paint on your marker. It's not going to be as opaque. Look at this one. Look how rich and vibrant the paint is. So if you feel like, why is this not as opaque as I would like it to be? Just kind of like give it a couple of pumps and then you're going to get that more opaque. And don't worry about it. Once it's, slightly dry, you can go over it again and then just make it more opaque. And remember, like what I said in the beginning, the craft paper really does absorb inks differently. And so, I don't know. I guess it's just, you just got to learn to love it. You got to learn to embrace it. It just gives you like a different experience, I suppose. Different experience. All right, going over that. Like it. Now I'm gonna go thicken this part right here, our first line that we have. Just gonna go. What are we calling in this? I have no idea about what you call like. Is this the awning? No, it's not. What do you call them? I have no idea. Parts of the roof. My husband will be really disappointed with me because he loves houses. He used to flip lots of houses when he was younger, and so he loves real estate. Okay, so now that's just it. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, I love it. Okay, so now from there, we are going to just have add a horizontal line across there, just like that, right? And then we're going to add some scallops like this. Just lots of smiles. There we go. And then you can choose to fill that in if you want to, just kind of like make it a bit more um striking. I'm gonna go give it a few pumps so I can get like rich ink in here. Just go over that. That's why I don't worry about it too much when the first layer is not as rich or as opaque because I know that I can go over it again anyways. Yes. I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to decorate with icing on a gingerbread. I don't know if I'll have enough control, like kind of like holding the piping. I don't know. Because Rain said we should decorate a gingerbread house earlier this year. And we should like make like a big piece of cake and decorate. I'm thinking in my head, I don't know if I'm really gonna be good at it. um, you know what, Kelly? That's a really good question. I feel like it will. So the only thing that will not reactivate to me from based from my experience are the art crayons. I know that when the art crayons are heated and dried and blended, they are permanent, semi-permanent. They don't reactivate as easy as the other markers. I know that the Gold Faber dual marker is going to reactivate. The pencil, I feel like I had better luck with the Albrecht Dürer pencils and the Gold Faber Aqua pencils than these ones. Depending on the paper that I'm using, it's so crazy how sometimes it's like I want it to reactivate and it doesn't reactivate because of the paper that I'm using. The times when I don't want it, what did I say? I forgot already. When times that I don't want it to reactivate, it would reactivate. At times when I want it to be permanent, it would still do it. So it's kind of like it's just depending on the paper, but that's a really good question. I should make like a really thorough video about that, trying all the water soluble markers from Faber-Castell. Yeah, remind me. I'm gonna put that in my note because I'm gonna make a video about that because that's a really, really good question. But right now, I'm gonna say yes that it would reactivate. That's what I would that. So if you're gonna color in with the dual markers, just make sure that to kind of like leave your spaces. I would probably sketch first, kind of like leave the areas for the windows. If you don't want that to the colors later on to reactivate together, blend together, right? So just kind of like start with a sketch with a pencil first. That's how I would do it if I'm going to use these. So the easiest way to do it would just be the craft paper. That's the way to go. All right, so I'm going to start adding in a small circle over here. Why this one is, I'm using the 1 millimeter. So we're going to start just with a one window, small window right over there. Yeah. I'm just gonna thicken the strokes like that. And then we're gonna put in a vertical line and then a horizontal line in the middle, just like that. Yeah, I should do that before the holiday season, before you guys buy gifts, right? I should probably work on that. And then we'll work on the papers. I think the papers are as important as the markers itself because, so I'll use my favorite sketchbooks and my favorite markers to use. Unfortunately I can't buy every single thing, but just the Strathmore, the Canson, I think we can do a little bit of comparison with that, and also the artist Law from Michaels as well. I think that's a good one. All right, I think I'm going to leave it just like that for now, as long as I can just kind of visualize it. All right, so this one is already dry. Then we can start slowly adding in some scallops in here for our roof. So we want to start just small one, our details like that. I'm definitely using the 1 millimeter here. So grab the finer nib like that. And then we're going to do in between, right? Smack in the middle. This is how I would normally do it. Just like that. This. And then you can just add the sides right there. And I'm going to go find two again, and then in the middle, and then connect right in the middle also. Right? And then go over here. Find the center of those scallops. Like that. And then I'll add the sides. And then you can just slowly start adding in, just kind of like incomplete shape. And just like that. And I'll do the same thing in here. This one will be tougher. Hold on. Just kind of like have to visualize this. Where's the half? Ah, where's the half? There. I think I did it. It's a lot of details, but at the end of it all, when you do it, you're like, it was so relaxing. But just to think about it, that, oh my gosh, there's a lot of details I have to add. And I think the more meticulous you do it, then it becomes more tedious, right? It's like, oh, I don't want to add. So I feel like just kind of like let loose and just have fun. Don't try to make it so perfect. But I understand where you want it to be rich white and you want a bit more opacity in there, more vibrancy, then you can just go in later on. But as long as you just kind of like start with, ooh, I always have trouble with on the one on top. But, just kind of like slowly doing it and just enjoy it. All right, so let's not worry about too much details first. We're just going to establish, where the roof line is. Ooh, I said roof line, like I know what I'm talking about. And then we're gonna create like 4 windows. So we're gonna divide this area right here into two. So if you want to start with your big door, just so you kind of visualize it where you're gonna put in your windows on the side. So I like to do that sometimes. Just start with my door right here so I know where to put in my wreath. I want to put in a wreath in the middle, and then I want to put in 2 windows and then 2 smaller windows beside the door, right? So if you want, you can do it like how I would do it. I would just kind of like start with my door. I'm making an arch for my door right here. I feel like I want to color in my door red so that it will really pop. But we're just going to sketch it out first, just like that, right? And then again, I want to copy how I have it there on the top. So I want to call Jason so I know what to call this part right here. Anybody, somebody, buddy. Just gonna put that. And then we're gonna thicken the area also. If you want to just kind of like make the sides go flip a little bit, so add in some extra wing in there. And then we're just gonna thicken and add some width to the stroke. I'm going in on the inside because I like the placement already on top, so I'm not changing anything there. I'm just going close like that, right? And then now we can fill in. I'm gonna pump this right here so I can have richer, or I can just use a 3mm, which will give me more paint. Ooh, but I love that strokey feel. Like that. I like it. Right. Okay, then we can start adding our scallops again. If you want to start right in the middles, it's like making two ears, Mickey ears. Just like that. And we'll bring it all the way down. Having the dual tip and not, you know, changing markers or anything like that is really helpful. You just have it in one marker like this. So smaller. Yikes. Like that. And then I am going to add a line in the middle, just like this. Just a vertical line, like that. And then we're going to add in like a teardrop, but upside down. One. And then we're going to go on the side again. Both sides, actually. And then I'm going to go add one to the left, right? I'm going to go make this one slightly taller. So it's like petals, right? So you can call it many different ways. It's like, but it's just petals or teardrop upside down, just like that. It's already looking so pretty. I love that my door is like so wonky right here. So wonky. It's not even funny. All right, I'm gonna add a dot in here. Clean it up. I'll add a heart. I'm gonna fill this one with white, and then later on we're gonna decorate it with some red. We're gonna add our touch of red in here. If you want to use a little bit of green, you can feel free to do that. And then let's add another petal on both sides. And then one more. So when you make cookies, you can actually do this, translate it to some, to your cookie or your cake, whichever one you're working on. I am definitely not a baker, so not for me. Okay, let's add a vertical line to our door right in the middle, right there. And then I'm going to add a handle. I want the handle to be like peppermint. Do you want it circle? Can do two circle ones. You can make it like a long bar handle if you want to. I think I want mine peppermint so we can decorate it with red later on. That. If you have like metallics, that's gonna look really, really pretty also later if you have some. Okay, let that dry. I'm gonna let that one dry. All right, and then I'm gonna decorate the sides. We'll just add 2 dots. So when we're decorating like a gingerbread, there's a lot of swirls and flourishes. And if you're doing lettering, I call this flourishes. So just kind of like that, like a really, really wide smile. And then I'm gonna go bring it down again. So I'm gonna repeat the same thing on the other side, just like that. That's so cute. All right, then I'm gonna establish our window. So we have 2 on top, and then we're gonna have 2 below. All right. So we'll start with the one on top first. I'm gonna do the arch also, but I'm gonna make the arch slightly smaller because we're gonna add in 2 shutters on both sides. And so this was my problem when I was first, drawing mine, and I'm like, I made the window, the arch itself, too big that I didn't have enough for the shutters. I'm like, oh darn it, I forgot I have to add the shutters. So we're gonna do our imagination visually. Imagine it's gonna be there's 2 things on the side, so I'm gonna try my hardest to not make it so big. I have a problem with writing and drawing big. There, I think that's sufficient enough. Now my problem is to make it just the same. I'm gonna go use my finger. It's kind of like definitely not the same. It's okay. I'm gonna be okay. Ha! Both sides. How come I did this one so neat and perfect? Man, I don't know. All right. And then we're gonna add 2 bars or horizontal, 2 horizontal lines. And then we're gonna fill in this area. So you want to connect the dots on both sides like that. And then I'm gonna let that dry first. Let's add a vertical line again in the middle of our window. And this time we're gonna divide our window into 3. So first one would be the smallest, right? And then this one, you'll divide this one equal, if you'd like. Smallest portion on top, and then this one would be divided into half. All right, and then you draw a diagonal line, a slanted line, connect from the top to the middle or from the middle to the top. It's like a letter V, just a letter V. Nothing fancy, just the letter V. Now we're gonna go fill in the 2 bars. So I'm just gonna go shake, 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 shake. All right. This was so cute. I have to turn this into a wallpaper. I'll share it on my Patreon account. I love sharing things to my Patreons. There. And I'm gonna thicken the window also. There. To cover up my mess. KKK. There. And it makes the fine details, stand out because then you can really see the difference from the thicker areas to the finer areas like that. I like it. I like it. It's so cute. Okay. And then we can add in like details like the heart, like a mini heart on top like that. Right smack in the center. It's so cute already, Lisa. Ah, be careful with the paint because it's still wet. Okay, now my problem with our shutter. Did I made enough space for my shutters? I think I did. I think I did. All right. So I am going to make a line like this, and then a line like that on the sides. Ah, look at that. I messed up again. And then I'm going to go do the same thing here, just adding a vertical line, right? And then now we're going to go add, I'm going to start here so you can see like a curving line, do the same the opposite way, like that. Yeah. And then lines, horizontal. So it's like really, it's like connecting the dots. And then you bring down this one, connect it to the bottom. Look at how close this one is. It's okay. We're just having fun. And I mean, honestly, when I see like gingerbread, designs like this, the more whimsical, the more imperfect it is. In all honesty, it actually looks so much better. And with me, I have troubles with that most of the time because I try to make it so perfect. Like, why? It's like, the whimsical it is. Oops, to pump it. The imperfect it looks, the more whimsical it looks, and it's so much better than when I try to make it graphical and just perfect. All right, horizontal lines across the windows for a shutter. That, like that. And the other side. Oops. Oh well. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. So now we're going to add our swirls and our flourishes because it looks so much prettier. Okay, I'll start with this one. So from here, you want to bring it down, right? Just watch me first. You want to bring it down an arch like that, and then you want to go lift it, go up, and then bring it down again. So you're just adding a swirl over there. I'll do the same thing. Bring it down, and then go up, and then make it a swirl. Yeah. It's so cute. Why can't we decorate our houses like this? You know? Ooh, this is gonna be a good project. What if I like roll like a big brown wrapping paper across my wall and just decorate it into a gingerbread house? I think this is gonna look so darn cute. But make it colorful, instead of just kind of like plain white. Or I should get like a styro board, like a big one, and turn it into that's a good one. Yeah, that's a really good one. Okay. Now we want to go do add our teardrop over there or the petals, however you want to call it, on this side. But I'm going to add a heart in on the top. Heart on top first. Even when I know areas like that where I'm going to add red later on, it's going to be okay because what the white is going to do, it's just going to make the colors pop even more. So you can layer the red on top of this later on and it'll just appear brighter. And that's why I love using white, even like if I'm painting on metals or glass. Most of the time, if I know I'm using an acrylic pen or acrylic paint, I would start with white first, then I would go over and add in my colors because it just makes the color brighter. It's just so much better. For some reason, I don't know why, but it's just so much better. Okay, so we're going to copy this, right? So we want to add 3 flower petals or an upside down teardrop. Go on the side, add a flower petal, go over to your left, and then add in the one. like that. So cute. Okay. I'm just go- And then I'm gonna add just dots across this. Ooh. I'm just kind of like pumping it while I'm applying it, to get the rich white color. Ooh, but it's really, really juicy, guys. So just be careful. And that's why we're just gonna let that one dry first. No, I lied. I lied. I really want to add like snow drip to my window also. So just kind of like from here, I'm just gonna dab, tap, tap, tap. And we're just gonna add like a few snow details. And then I'm gonna do the same thing to this window right here. I'm gonna add like when we did that snow drip. So I'm just gonna add in like that also. Ah, do the same thing. I start with a wavy line first and I just kind of like fill it in. It works much better for me. If you're gonna go in with more layers, just kind of like let it dry. Because what's gonna happen is it's just gonna get absorbed even more, right? So just let it dry a little bit and then add in more layers. And then I'm just gonna add in here, and then I'm gonna add some here too. Boink, right? Like that snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I love it. Okay, now we're gonna add our. Remember, I said I was gonna add a wreath. I don't think I have enough space for a wreath, so we're just gonna add a bow in there later on. But let's add our windows. This one, we're not gonna have any shutters for the windows down here, so we just need an arch. You can make it like one long. I think we're just gonna make it long so we have like a different shape also. Instead of an arch, we're just gonna make it like a rectangle. Yeah, I'm gonna go settle for this one. Just so we can have like a different shape. I hope I don't regret it. But I can just redo it again later. If this like turns out not so well, then I know now what to change and all of that. This is like our practice run. Right. And then like how we did our windows there, we're gonna just literally repeat the same process. All it is without the arch, right? To make that one smaller and then divide it into half this lower area. And then you can just kind of like thicken. You want to add your snow drip on top or you want to add it at the bottom. You can do both. You have that option if you want to. You can add in your snow in here or you can add in your snow in there later. Probably just the bottom also, I think. But I'm just going to go thicken the my lines, the frame of my window. I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to pump it, give it a little pump, my paint. There. Just the outside frame. Okay, we're going to leave the inside thinner. Like that. Love it. So now we can add in the wavy lines. And then fill in that space. I think I'm going to thicken this part right here. Yeah, it's really getting really wet with all the paint. So I'm just gonna let this one dry a little bit. This is like really juicy. And then the craft paper absorbs all that moisture. Yeah, we're gonna let that one dry. Okay, well, it's already looking so good. You know what I have missed? Totally missed. It's for my I wanted to add like a peppermint. What do you call that? The letter J. My brain's not working. It's not working right now. But okay, we're gonna leave it just like that. I'm gonna add in scallops at the bottom though with my 1 millimeter. Ta-da! And then this time I'm not gonna make it same and equal. So I'm just gonna play around and be whimsical. Use like different heights of scallops. Some are like shorter, some are taller. So we have like variation. Candy cane, Lord have mercy. Sorry. Thank you, Jess. The candy cane. I was gonna add candy cane on the sides. I guess I can just make this, turn this into a candy cane. I don't know. I guess I can. I mean, I still can. But I don't think I have enough space in that one. This one I will. You know, we can try. What is it gonna hurt? Nothing. So literally just draw like a letter J on the sides. Remember that swirl that we created? I'm just covering it up. I'm turning it into a candy cane. I couldn't think of the word candy cane. My gosh, my brain. This perimenopause is getting the best of me. Oh. Right. See, this one has like not enough. So I'm gonna go make it not so much. Just so it's not too different. I like it. It's okay. We're gonna let it dry. This time we're gonna grab. It looks so cute, you guys. I love it. I love it so much. Now we have the option to kind of like cover up the roof red if you want to. Um, but you can add in just kind of like red tiny details. I'll definitely use the 1 millimeter here so we can make that. We can add like inside the candy, the not candy cane. Now I'm like thinking of candy cane. Now I can't stop thinking of the candy cane of the scallop. Just gonna like little mini dots inside there. Look how much the red is so vibrant against the white and the brown. The craft paper. That looks so nice. I don't know. I kind of have how much? Oh, 6:04. Why? Time so fast when you're having fun. Yeah, you can color the roof, guys, if you want to, the red, and then just kind of like go over it again with the white if you want to. Just gonna add in like the dot in there. I like it. I like it. And I'm gonna add in, is it dry already? Oh, 'cause I was pumping it. It was a lot of ink, but it gave me this pretty dot. Probably shouldn't pump it too much. And then I'm gonna make a bow over here. I'm not gonna make this bow complicated, honestly. Just a bow shape. Ah, but I should have probably used the white first to make the red much more vibrant. But at least you're gonna see what it looks like without the white first and then just the red. Because the red will lose a little bit of the vibrancy because it's going directly into the craft paper. There. Looks cute. I'm going to add in here. And then I'm going to add like red inside the scallops again. Right? If you want to add a green, you can do so. I think I'm going to turn the hearts into green. Just a pop and a touch of green. I'm just being very careful because these are really, really juicy. I pumped it too much. Like that. Or if you have like gold details, you can add in like gold metallic in here. Ooh, that's really pretty. I love that pop of green. There you go. Because of the glare. That's really nice though. Maybe I can add in like green in between the scallops. One more. One more. I'll make this dot right here green also. It's just nice to have like a difference. Now I'm gonna go make these, color it in, right? This one green, and I'm gonna go green, red, green, red. That's what I'm gonna do. These are jelly drops, candies. That, oops, like that. Like this, and then go on the other side and just finish it up. Not worried about my desk because these are water based, so all I need is water and this will clean right up. I'm gonna grab the red. I'm not gonna forget my candy cane. That I couldn't think of the word. I really gotta turn this digital because this is so cute. Like just a wallpaper gingerbread house. I want this. But yeah, now you can decorate your gingerbread house, have a bit more, ideas. You can play around with more swirls, adding more swirls around everything. Okay, let's finish it up with by doing my candy cane. So I'm doing like curving lines in here, right? Right in the middle, and then go on the sides. Just like that. I'll do the same thing here. Going side, that. Like it. And then I'll do the same thing here. Just adding asterisk. It's so cute. Then you can add in details. You can add in like a bow, like that. So cute. like that. And then you can add like smaller bows on the top also, maybe right in the middle. But I love the pop of red and green in here. I'm so glad I went in with the green also because I was just gonna leave it red, but having a touch of green in there, so nice. Forget the tail of our bow. You can add in like white simple dots inside the bow, but I'm just gonna add in my last heart right over here with another touch of green, more like an emerald green, honestly. But this is our gingerbread house. It's so cute. You can definitely just add like more like swirls in here if you want to, or you can add in like stripes, you can add in polka dots everywhere, just kind of like make it a bit more playful. You can add in your petals right here for three more details like that, just depending on how much space you have. I definitely do not have this symmetrical because I do not have enough space to my left, to the right. But that's a nice added touch. You can add in the kind of like lines inside your windows. Shows you just a little bit of glare. You can add in stripes right in here or kind of like red dots. You can make like swirls, add more tiny dots like that. You can add a bow, but honestly, I think I'm going to leave it just like that because I'm not going to stop. But probably just add red, more dots. Sometimes you can just overdo it. So just kind of like step back and see, okay, I think it's enough because it's easy to just kind of like add in a lot of details and that you're losing everything. It's hard to just sometimes just kind of like, okay, it's good, it's good. So, but to me, this is good. I'm not going to add any more. Definitely won't be able to use it as a card because I didn't use a card. It's an envelope, but I can use it in my journal and actually use it to decorate my journal. But this is our gingerbread house, guys. I hope that this was fun. Um, I cannot wait to see what you've created today. So please don't forget to tag me on social media, no matter which social media you're at. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, here on YouTube. Please consider becoming part of our Patreon. It's a really wonderful community of great creatives like you. So you can join in for free, or you can join in for like as low as $5 a month, and you get so many exclusive updates from myself, and of course, you joining a really wonderful community. So thank you again for joining me this afternoon, and thank you again, Faber-Castell USA, for sponsoring this class. I hope you had a wonderful time. Thank you so much. Until next week, I will be posting two classes. We're only going to have two classes for December, so we can all enjoy the holiday with our loved ones and our families. But I'll be posting that very soon. But thank you again. I can't wait to see you next week. As always, stay creative and stay happy. Bye, everyone.